Welcome back. Today we highlight a man whose life embodies resilience, reinvention, and generational purpose. Professor Silvester Henderson is a nationally respected educator and business leader whose instructional work at UC Berkeley, Los Medanos College, San Francisco State University, and the College of Alameda has shaped thousands of students across California. His academic foundation is rooted in excellence, holding both a Bachelor of Music degree and a Master of Arts degree in music from San Francisco State University, where his commitment to scholarship and artistic mastery first took form. Beyond academia, Professor Henderson has built a remarkable legacy in real estate and business development, a journey defined not only by major achievements, but by success, failure, and courageous restarts. He has rebuilt, re-strategized, and risen to new heights, proving that true success is not linear. It is earned through resilience and the willingness to begin again. And through every chapter of his life, one theme stands above the rest: persistence. Whether in education, business, or the arts, Professor Henderson demonstrates that consistency and determination are the engines of generational power. This is Professor Silvester Henderson, where academic excellence meets business mastery, and persistence transforms setbacks into legacy. God, growth and greatness, how faith, higher education, real estate, business, and music build generational power. Sparkle's 5 questions for Professor Silvester Henderson. 1. Faith as foundation. How has your personal relationship with God shaped your philosophy of leadership, creativity, and generational empowerment across your work in education, music, and business?
First of all, thank you once again for the opportunity to come back and answer some of these critical questions around community, real estate, generational wealth, and areas regarding those particular topics. You know what? My entire journey begins with God's grace. My leadership is rooted in the belief that purpose precedes position, and that every gift we carry, whether in education, music, or business, is a divine assignment. Faith teaches me to lead with service, to create with intention, and to empower others with love and discipline. When you understand that God is the source, you stop operating from scarcity and start operating from abundance, which is the foundation of generational empowerment.
2. Higher education's role. In your experience as a professor and arts leader, what are the most overlooked ways higher education can serve as a catalyst for generational power, especially in underrepresented communities?
Wow, that's a great question. Higher education is more than degrees. It is a gateway to networks, confidence, and cultural capital. The most overlooked opportunity is exposure. Exposure to mentors, exposure to professional language, exposure to systems of power. When students, especially from underrepresented communities, learn how institutions work, they gain the ability to navigate, negotiate, and lead. Higher education must teach not only content, but capacity building, financial literacy, communication, leadership, and the ability to collaborate across disciplines.
3. Real estate pathways. You've spoken about real estate as a pillar of long-term stability. What strategies do you believe families and young professionals should prioritize to turn property ownership into generational leverage?
I love real estate. I've always loved real estate. For 40 plus years, real estate is one of the most reliable vehicles for long-term financial stability and intergenerational transfer. The key strategies are: 1. Start early, even with a small property. 2. Buy in emerging areas, not just established ones. 3. Hold long enough for appreciation to work in your favor. 4. Leverage equity to fund education, business, and the purchase of additional properties. Real estate is just not about owning land. It's about creating family infrastructure that will outlive you.
For business leadership, as someone who has built influence across multiple industries, what core business principles do you believe are essential for transforming individual success into community-wide growth?
First of all, real estate is all about confidence. Having confidence, and you have to be persistent. You're going to make mistakes. I've had purchases, I've had foreclosures, but you have to restart. And always keep your mind on the prize. The first principle is vision. You must see yourself beyond yourself. The second is collaboration. No one builds generational power alone. The third is system thinking, understanding how to create structures that continue to function even when you're not in the room. When you combine these with integrity, discipline, and commitment to lifting others, your personal success becomes a community multiplier. And never forget all the wonderful tax benefits that one will receive from owning multiple properties.
5. Music is power. Your musical legacy is profound. How do you see music functioning not just as art, but as a vehicle for healing, identity, and generational power within families and communities?
Music is one of the most sacred gifts God has given humanity. It heals, it teaches, it unites, and it preserves our story. For African American communities and all communities, especially music, has always been a form of cultural memory, a way to pass down identity, resilience, and hope. When families make music, they build connection. When communities make music, they build culture. When generations make music, they build legacy. Music is not just art, it's a spiritual technology that strengthens the soul and empowers the future. Once again, I remain so grateful for the kindness that this podcast always grants me. It always allows me the opportunity to come and talk about very essential matters that will help to elevate not only underperformed or underprivileged communities, but everyone in general. I love you greatly. I appreciate you greatly. I look forward to being a part of this podcast for many years to come. God bless each of you, and do have a blessed day. Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.